Hi, I hope all is well with you and that you're staying safe. This week, we're learning Parshas Mitzorah, and it's a special Shabbos because it's Shabbos HaGadol, which means that Pesach is just around the corner. And there's so much to do to prepare for Pesach. There's cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, but there's also the need to buy matzos, grape juice, wine, and all the kosher Pesach food. But as much as we need to prepare from a cleanliness perspective, we certainly have to prepare from a spiritual perspective. Chazal teach us that all of the chagim that we have, we don't celebrate them to commemorate events that took place in Jewish history. We celebrate them because the nitzots that existed then, the spiritual manifestations that existed during those particular chagim, revisit us every year during the chag, which means that we're able to tap in to those spiritual manifestations if we celebrate the chag properly. And Chag HaMatzot, Chag HaPesach, is the festival of freedom, Zman Cherusenu. And the nitzots, the spiritual manifestations of Pesach, gives us the ability to attain a greater degree of freedom. And unfortunately, too many people don't understand what freedom really is. They look at mitzvos as perhaps shackles, things that we have to do that take away our freedom. And really nothing could be farther from the truth. If an individual wakes up in the morning and they have to check their smartphone for their email or their WhatsApp or whatever particular app they're into, and they can't do anything before they do that, that individual is not free. That individual has an addiction. They have to do that before they do anything else. If an individual chooses to do mitzvahs, they're not doing the mitzvah because they're addicted to the mitzvah. They're doing the mitzvah because they choose to do the mitzvah. All the mitzvahs that we do, we daven, we keep kosher, we dress properly. These are decisions that we make as free individuals. The Rebbeinu Shalom gives us bechira chavshis, free will. We tap into that freedom and we do things that we feel are productive to our lives. We do things, we observe the mitzvos because we understand that's why we're here. But it's a choice, and that's the choice that we make. Now, as I mentioned, there's just so much to do to prepare for Pesach. The question is, do we have the time? How do I really prepare for Pesach? It's important to know that perhaps one of the most important aspects to prepare for is the Pesach Seder. So I'd like to make a couple of recommendations. Recommendation number one is a particular website, a particular app called theshmooze.com by Rabbi Ben Zion Schaefer. He's excellent at everything that he does. But in this particular area, he goes through the makos. If you listen to those shmuzim while you're cleaning, while you're working, while you're driving, you will get so much more as you experience the makos during the Seder, and it will totally elevate your experience, certainly in comparison to your previous experiences at the Seder. In fact, it was brought down that in Eretz Yisrael, when a person is asked how they're feeling, they usually say, Hakol b'Seder. And the Vizhnitzer Rav, when he heard that, he said, they are correct. Hakol b'Seder. Everything is based on the Seder Shel Pesach. So I recommend you go into the shmooze.com. I believe there is one of the drop downs is for his minor series. In the minor series, there's one that he goes through the makos. And I highly recommend, there are a number of shiurim that he's giving on the makos. They're entertaining, and more importantly, they're informative. In addition, I'd like to recommend a particular sefer that came out called Why We Celebrate. It has numerous articles about Pesach, and it helps us appreciate the gift that the Rebbeinu Shalom is giving us. It's an opportunity that comes every year, but it's not worth waiting for next year to gain as much as we can from it. We should do it this year. So, Mr. Hashem, we should find the time not only to clean, not only to prepare physically, but to prepare spiritually, because it's that important. Mr. Hashem, the Rebbeinu Shalom should give us the siyata d'shmaya so that we find the time, we have the ability, and gain a greater understanding of this wonderful Chag that we're about to celebrate. So until next time, have a wonderful day and a Shabbat Shalom. Kol Tuv.